This will be one of the easiest pastas you'll ever make. This is a 1-pot, 6-ingredient pasta, and it only takes 20 minutes to make. And it's also a vegetarian dish. For the ingredients, we'll need some pasta. I'm using this high-protein chickpea pasta that I got from Costco. Any pasta will do, but I find that the longer pastas work the best. Next, we'll need a couple pints of cherry tomatoes. These are organic tomatoes that we grown in our garden. Some red chili flakes, feel free to leave this out. Garlic, we'll use about half of the head. Olive oil, and some salt. The first thing we'll do is we'll get a pot of water boiling. Once it starts boiling, heavily salt the water, and go in with some pasta. I'm using about 300 grams here. Cook the pasta a minute or two below what the package says. For mine, it says to cook it for 7 to 8 minutes, so I'll cook it around 5 to 6 minutes. When the pasta is done, turn off the heat and reserve some of that pasta water. This is going to help thicken our sauce later. Drain the pasta, and then leave it aside for now. Now for our garlic. We'll use about half of the head of garlic. Give it a good smash, and we'll peel the outer layer. Then we'll cut the garlic into thin slices. I'll try to make it as thin as possible, but I won't worry about it too much. I'll slice up the rest of the garlic here, and that's basically it for the prep. Feel free to use more or less garlic to your liking. This might seem like a lot of garlic, but it's mainly going to be used to infuse our oil with that garlic flavor. In the same pot, turn it to medium-low heat, and we'll add in our olive oil. What I like to do is just to have enough oil to cover the bottom of the pot. So I used about 1/3 of a cup or so. Then go in with the garlic right away. Spread out the garlic, and let it continue to cook. And it looked like I needed a little bit more oil, so I just added some more now. The garlic's going to infuse into the oil, and it's going to make the sauce so delicious. Add in the chili flakes. I used about a teaspoon. Feel free to leave it out if you don't like spice. Keep an eye out for the garlic because we don't want to burn it. The moment that the garlic starts turning brown, that's when we know we can go in with our tomatoes. I'll add in the tomatoes now, and I'll turn the heat to medium. Be careful if you wash the tomatoes because it could splatter. Water and oil doesn't go well together. And I'll season the tomatoes with some salt. Give it a mix so that the tomatoes are covered in the oil. And let the tomatoes cook down. After a couple minutes, the tomatoes are going to start getting soft. You'll notice that some of the tomatoes are softer than the others. And for those softer tomatoes, I like to press on them to start breaking them down so that the juice from the tomato starts incorporating into the sauce. Give the sauce a taste and adjust the seasoning. For mine, I needed a little bit more salt. If you find yours to be a little bit too acidic, I'd recommend putting in a little bit of sugar. This will help counteract that acidity from the tomatoes. For mine, the sauce tastes amazing. The homegrown, organic tomatoes really changes this sauce. I've also tried this with store-bought grape tomatoes, and it was really good. But there's something very different about the tomatoes that are grown at home. I don't know why they taste so much better, but if anybody knows, let me know down in the comments below. When the sauce is ready, I'll turn the heat down to medium-low, and we'll throw in our pasta. We'll finish cooking our pasta in our sauce now. Keep mixing up the pasta, and most likely, it's going to start looking a little dry. This is when we're going to add in that reserved pasta water that we saved earlier. Start with just a little bit first, because we don't want to overdo it. Whenever you finish cooking pasta, the pasta is going to absorb a lot of the sauce, and we don't want it too dry whenever we are done. Keep stirring the pasta. I like to add some freshly ground pepper. Be careful to not add too much because we added those chili flakes earlier. And after a couple of minutes, the pasta should be ready, but try one of the noodles to see if it's cooked. This is a great time to add in some Parmesan, pecorino, or even fresh basil. I don't have any of those, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. Transfer the pasta to a plate, and that's it. The 6-ingredient, 1-pot pasta. It's so easy, it only takes 6 ingredients, and you can do it in 20 minutes. Like the video and subscribe for more recipes like this. I hope you've learned something, and have a great day.